like there were a lot of leaders in this area that had a lot to offer, and we were right about that.
There are a lot of great leaders around here. Yeah.
But we also then said, well, hey, there's some folks we'd love to talk to that don't live here in our area. And so we started blending in some virtual interviews from California, from the Midwest, from wherever, and had some really cool people on that shared their take on leadership and their take on developing people and those kinds of things. But one thing's consistent is we want to be a resource to emerging and developing leaders.
Your camera off, my man. What happened? Look at the corner by you with the background.
Oh, got the little pole there. It's the little things, man.
No, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
Or we can move it over, because I got a lot. All right, fix it. That's what I'm talking about. I like work. Appreciate you, my boy.
Oh, there it is.
Perfect.
I was watching. I forgot there's a little lag. Oh, yeah. He got it.
You were like, what's going on?
Like, wait, that didn't do anything, man.
We ready? Huh?
Yeah, we ready.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
Here we are.
You ain't asked your famous question. You ain't going?
No.
You already know your answer.
Yeah, we're
huh?
going to keep it professional.
He's got a standard.
Yeah.
Standard go.
No, we usually ask the guests profanity, but we're going to keep it cool today. We're going to keep it professional. If you start cussing, then
there's stuff in here.
Yeah, if you start cussing, then I'm going to start.
I'll try to keep it PG.
I've been right with you.
Crazy how you got a show and you don't dress up on it. That's crazy, ain't it? But enough.
I'll try to keep it PG.
Let's talk.
It's not always that way in my head, but
No, it's all good. Let's get to it.
I got you. Welcome to the All In Show.
Yeah.
I'm your host, Hollywood Harwell.
Yeah.
With me 2 days in a row with this hat.
Yeah.
DJ of the city.
Yeah. Of the city, man.
Not the world. The city, for
The
sure.
whole city shutting it down.
DJ of the city.
How you feeling, my boy?
I'm good, bro. That's
Good?
Good.
It's a great day, man.
And it is. We got a legend in the
Show's
building.
been great. We got a
real.
what you talking about, Willis?
Man. When he wrote down a list of stuff he wanted to talk about, I was like, oh yeah, this is a busy
Yeah.
man.
Got a little bit. A little bit.
You know, when you got the letters and you got the initials in front of your name, you know,
That's
you
when
a
you know it's
legend.
real.
That's when you know it's real. We don't introduce the legends. So, we just need a few things from you.
Sure.
If you could give us your name, your hometown,
Yeah.
your zodiac,
Yeah.
favorite sports teams, and if you have an iPhone on it.
Yeah. Jeff Williamson, my hometown, is a little village in southern Indiana, Nashville, Indiana. About an hour south of Indy. Everybody thinks Tennessee when they hear Nashville, but Nashville, Indiana is my hometown. I'm a Sagittarius, December birthday.
Okay.
Oh, we get a lot of Sages. Nice. Okay.
Yeah. Now, so growing up, southern Indiana, we were an hour and a half away from Cincinnati, so I'm a big Reds fan. Win or lose, they're my team.
Reds?
Yeah, win or lose, they're my team.
Okay.
I'm the loyal type.
Jay Bruce was decent.
Mm-hmm.
I like Jay Bruce.
I love Ellie De La Cruz.
Yeah,
right
De
now.
La Cruz decent though. He
Guy's a
was still in home
freak.
base.
He's a freak, man. I mean that in the best way. He's a talent freak.
When they checked his bat and then he got another one, they hit a homer right.
That was hilarious. I watched that clip just the other day, and then he points over to the opposing dugout and kind of goes,
Yeah.
hit it about 420 feet.
Yeah, decent,
So,
decent.
I'm a Reds guy, born in Bloomington, Indiana, so I love Indiana University.
Okay.
They're like, you know, my home team. I went to Olivet Nazarene University here.
Okay.
Kansas,
That's what's
or
up.
my area. So that's my heart home alma mater, but you know, as far as I grew up an Indiana fan.
Okay.
And I get constant grief from my coworkers because I'm an Android guy.
Come on.
Let's go. My stick is back. Let's go.
Or can we still be friends? Can we still be friends?
Yeah.
He's thinking of you can
Is it a Samsung?
You can marinate on that.
Yeah,
Samsung?
I'm gonna let that chill. I was on like a 4.
It's a Samsung. That's a good thing. Don't be.
Yeah.
You gotta say a lot.
I'm looking down. I'm like,
Oh, come on, man.
Samsung. Yeah.
yeah.
This is a good show.
Pixel.
This is a
Pro, man.
This is a good show. This is a good show. I like it.
So I see where you guys are. Yeah, everybody's
It's a little
thing.
things.
They give you
They're all
grief,
life. Oh, constantly, and I'm like,
I'm sure they do.
I'm like, I'm not an iPhone snob
I don't like
like
them,
you
man.
guys,
Just
you
not
know.
a fan.
I'm not a
Everybody
hater.
at the company got an iPhone except you.
Except me.
He's a good
And-
guy.
You don't see nothing.
Leaders lead.
I'm not a hater. I'm like, I always say to him, oh yeah, he got it.
You be like, what's going on?
That didn't do anything, man. I will accept
Hey,
that.
man,
And they
go
always
on,
just,
iPhone, man.
that's when they always go,
Buy my
oh, well,
iPhone,
no,
man, for sure.
no. And I'm like, okay, so I'm stuck here with my paid for.
Yeah, we ready.
Here we are.
Shout out to your coworkers. Y'all need to do better. Get over here on the right. You already know your answer.
I'm telling you guys.
We on the street. I'm back, baby.
Boy, I didn't take long to figure out where you all stand on that.
Yeah,
There's stuff in here.
Yeah, if he's
Whoa, easy. I'll try to keep it PG. Well, see, I got my cards.
I see, yeah, you got
I got my
everything
cash.
on
I got everything in there.
Yeah.
It's my brain in a
Brain
little.
in a little, I feel you. I feel
Yeah,
you.
yeah,
Well,
so
we appreciate you coming.
it's okay.
For sure. For
It's
sure.
okay.
Appreciate
That's
you.
more than you actually had planned for, probably, when you said iPhone or Android. But
You're not a Chicago fan.
no,
You're
and
not
I'm not a hater.
Aries.
I'm not a hater.
You're not
either.
an Aries, and you don't have an iPhone. This is a good show. This is a great show.
Maybe Ellie Dela Cruz isn't the Ellie Dela Cruz isn't the only freak. Man.
There you go.
I mean that in the best way. I love that guy.
Yes, sir.
He's
Yes,
amazing.
sir.
So after talking with you, and when we talked all our pre-show stuff, we realized you are a jack of all trades. You have
Kinda.
a lot
Yeah.
going
yeah,
on.
Yeah.
As we sat down to write those questions, it was like, man, how do we fit all of this in? But I think we did a pretty good job.
It keeps me fresh, you know. I respect people that are saying, "Hey, I'm good at this. I did this for 30 or 40 years, and then I'm done." But although I've spent a lot of time in higher ed, I've done lots of different things, as you mentioned. And I don't know. I get the itch every 4 or 5 years. I just need to do something, something new and something different. And so,
Sound like us.
yeah. I mean, a lot of times with my business partners, I'm saying, "Hey, if this ain't working, let's just dump it and try something else," right? Whether it's podcast, whatever. I'm saying, I'm not like emotionally hung up if something we're trying just is okay. I'm like, let's not.
They say some of the richest people in the world aren't afraid to lose. They're not afraid to fail.
Yeah.
They accept it's time to move on.
Boy, always being a winner can be a prison if you lock yourself up in that.
There are many boxes after that first loss.
Yeah,
They are
yeah.
never the same.
Yeah, but if you're like, okay, let's watch the film and get better.
Yeah.
Watch the film and get better, man.
Yeah.
For sure. Sometimes you gotta pump that thing.
You can watch it on an Android.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even my phone, I could do that.
Yeah.
Can y'all?
Yeah.
Don't start.
So there it is. I'm a Jeff of all trades.
I like that. Jack of all trades.
Speaking of jack of all trades, bro. We got a whole book right here, man.
Thank
By
you.
Dr. Jeff.
Mm-hmm.
So, bro, that's two things in itself. So, where did you get the book? Well, first of all, where can we find you at, and where can we find this book?
Sure. Yeah, the book is available on Amazon, anywhere you buy. I think I was on a show the other day, and the lady said, everywhere where you can buy fine books.
Everywhere you can buy fine books.
I like
But
that.
the book
But
ain't fine,
Amazon,
you won't find.
Amazon, Barnes and Noble, it's on their website. You can order your copies there. And we'll give contact info later. If they want it direct from me, I can make that happen too.
Okay. The Joy Cafe.
Yeah.
So just a quick preview, pretty much, what's it about?
Yeah.
And what got you writing?
Yeah, so coming out of the pandemic, was when I rotated full-time to doing my own coaching, consulting, training kinds of work that I still do with Converge, which we'll talk about. And I had besides the pandemic, this was not a highlight stretch for Jeff.
Yeah, I feel you.
Besides the pandemic, I lost both my parents 22 months apart. And so I took off.
Sorry to hear that.
Thank you. I took off on this coffee tour, I called it. And at first it was just going to different places around here because we were out of the pandemic, and it's like, hey, let's get out and see people. Well, then it started feeling like it had some traction. So I just thought, well, I'm going to go travel and visit some college friends or people that I know farther away. I just got my car and I started booking places where there were cool coffee shops and visited those. So short story is I did over 60 local coffee shops and cafes in 15 states in 21 and 22. And somewhere along the way, somebody said, you should write a book about that. And so I said,
I mean, you literally just created a tour when there were no tours going.
Yeah, it was
Coffee shop tour.
Yeah. So I hit from Northern California to Florida, and a lot of it's in the Midwest, you know, Great Lakes region, but Florida, Tennessee, etc. So I took off by myself, just driving most of these places, trying to figure out, you know, where's your roots and who are you when your mom and dad are suddenly gone, you know, and it's like, wow. So I just started, you know, keeping notes and keeping this spreadsheet of all the places I've gone, and it's in the back of the book. There's 2-3 pages of the places and the shops and the cities and states, so people can look at it and go, well, I'm going to go there.
Check it out.
So, and the name really just came out like that was what I was looking for. After all that was to find some joy in life again. Yeah. And so I thought, going to cafes, I need some joy. Let's find Joy Cafe.
I like it.
So there it is.
There it is.
Believe it or not, that's the short version.
No,
It
flows smoothly.
All books are sold, man.
Yeah.
Fine books.
We're all fine books.
Not the ugly ones.
Not the books, not the ugly books.
No, we don't do ugly. We do not do ugly. No.
Tough books, no, fine.
Yeah, so it's it's part bio, it's part small town, small business, it's part, hey, there's hope on the other side of the mountain kind of thing. Yeah. So
a lot of people have been through stuff.
Oh man, everybody's got hurts and low spots that I think they can read that and go, whew. That's not just me.
Yeah. And you literally, not physically, you literally found a way to do therapy through writing and traveling.
Yeah, kind of.
Physically too?
Yeah. Really, I didn't know that on the front end, but it kind of turned out that way, you know. Right. You can process a lot just driving across the country, you know. So
what would you say is the most positive thing that you found between writing and doing that travel?
Yeah. There's good people everywhere. There's good coffee everywhere. And it's not all the same. Yeah. Right. And that's okay. Yeah. So, I went to some cool places, totally different. In Northern California, I was visiting a buddy there in Napa Valley area, wine country. That's a little different than, say, Ohio or Illinois, whatever. Yeah. Yeah. And it was all good. So good people, good coffee, delivered in unique ways everywhere I went. Everywhere I went.
That's beautiful.
That's what's up, man. Definitely gonna check it out. We appreciate you bringing us.
We're gonna read it.
Yeah.
Book for sure. Again, where all the fine books are at, man.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Yeah.
For sure.
Thank you.
No worries. So, Converge. What is Converge? You mentioned it.
Sure.
I'm gonna let you lead.
Sure.
What is Converge?
Yeah. So, Converge Group is my business, which is executive coaching, teaching, training, professional development for companies and nonprofits. And it really grew out of my career in higher education. So I was in higher ed for 30 years or so. And as I taught several of those years full-time teaching, people would say, man, that stuff we covered in class today, my company needs that, or my department needs that. You ever thought about coming in? So I just started doing that here and there, and then after a while, I thought, I keep getting asked to do this, and I'm not even trying. What would happen if I actually created a business plan, incorporated? So that's what I did. So I actually started the business 7 years ago. Okay. We rebranded about 2 years ago. So Converge is really, in short, it's about people development. Yeah. And the different ways that we can do that. I do a lot of work with one-on-one with people, but then sometimes I'll do, a half-day, full-day group training, off-site retreat, those kinds of things. Okay. So it's really an extension of my years in education, and it's a way to just keep investing in people and helping them grow and get better in ways that they want to. Yeah. So that's the heart of it. So we love leadership development. We started a couple of things right out of the gate. One was we did a launch conference called Converge Conference. It's really original, you know.
That's the best way to do it.
Yeah, consistent. Like,
That's right.
By Converge.
And honestly, we when I say we, it's like my business partners, Pathfinders. We were talking about doing a conference to bring the community together after COVID.
Yeah.
And we said, well, why don't we call the conference Converge? So it first was just going to be the conference name. Converge, meaning convergence, like rivers and street, just bringing people together.
Yeah.
And then at some point we went, well, how about if we just name it all Converge? Because it's all about community and bringing people together.
Yeah, it makes it so much simpler.
So at that point we went, let's just do the Converge conference to launch the Converge brand, and we'll bring community together and we'll bring people together, and that's what we've done. And so this coming October 11th, Friday, we're doing our third Converge conference. Right there on the street here in Schuyler Avenue in Kankakee.
Oh, nice.
At the former Love's Bookstore. That's where all our offices, and we did the conference here last year. So it's great. And all the speakers are just local people. We don't drive in, fly in, buy in, anybody.
Right.
It's like everybody that we're doing sessions and keynotes, they're all from our community. Because we have so much in this community.
Right.
Yeah.
And we want to shine a light on that.
Yep.
So
if anybody would agree, we at this show. Would agree there's a ton of
guys
talent
see
here.
it.
So our whole show is based off of it. Like you be here and
man.
all the other amazing people. So with Converge, what services do you offer?
Yeah, one-on-one executive coaching. Like I said, retreats. A lot of the nonprofits or businesses will have me in like, hey, we're doing a professional development day this quarter. Could you come in and talk about conflict resolution or building your strengths or, leadership skills? Because sometimes people are really good at the craft that they do, and then they find themselves managing 4 or 5 people and they don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
They're not
All due
people.
respect.
Yeah.
It's like, man, I can run that tech, or I can run that equipment, or I can do this, but I don't know how to train salespeople, or I don't know whatever.
I don't know how to talk to these people.
Yeah.
Right. Communication, that's one of the 2 things that's
What
most
you
often.
mean these people? These people that work for them.
No, I'm saying though, that could be a
for
conflict too.
The world.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, you're right. No, you're right.
Different type of communication.
We all can get better at communicating, whether, there's just, so I can spend a whole day on communication. A lot of times people will say, we need help with communication, we need help with resolving conflict. Yeah. And I often say
those are one and the same.
Yeah. If you fix one, the other one gets a lot better. And so I often will tell people, probably 20 plus years ago, the number 2, the 2 things people wanted help with was communication and conflict resolution. Now, these years later, it's communication and conflict resolution. That tells me we always need help with it. We always need to get better at it. And
constant update.
So that's good news for me, I guess.
So, especially if that's what you're good at.
Yep. So
how does your company define the success for the leaders you work with?
Yeah. For me, part of the process when I'm coaching someone or working with an organization is pretty quickly, if not the first meeting or the second meeting, we start talking about, what are your desired outcomes? What would it look like 6 months from now or a year from now, to where you would say this, and this happened, and that, and I feel like that's successful. Yeah. So really, the heart of everything I do is I ask people what they need and what they would consider success, and then I try to help guide them toward
them to it.
You ask them what the end goal is, and then you help them create the path.
Right. And I do press them to set some specific measurable goals, because then we can say, hey, if it's a numerical thing, it's like, hey, you're at 60 and your goal's 100. We're only 6 months in, so you're doing fine. Just stay the course, and sometimes it's like, well, our organization needs a strategic plan. I do that for groups, so that one's easier because I can say, well, in this many weeks we'll have this, and this many weeks we'll have this, and then at the end of however many months, you'll have a completed 3-year strategic plan, and here's what'll be in it. Yeah. So they can at that point look at it and go, we did it, or when's this going to be done? Fortunately, I don't have.
You gave us a time frame.
Where we at?
There, man.
So it's letting them speak into what they need and what would feel like success for them, and then I just try to help guide them to that.
Got it. That makes sense.
Yeah,
perfect sense.
So and then that would make sense. That's how you tailor your coaching strategies to fit each individual.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Sometimes people will say, "Oh, what's your template?" Or well, my template is I find out what they need.
Right.
From the start with.
Yeah.
To not just go, here's my program, and if you do that, everything's going to be perfect. Well,
It's all tailor-made to one line.
It's
Right.
BS anyway.
If there's a voice,
if it's a template, the template is identify what the client needs and wants, and then identify strategies that both them and I think are likely to lead to success. So that's really where we
based off
start.
the personnel, and personalities. Yeah,
Right.
that makes sense.
Right. It might be somebody, like I was talking to a guy yesterday that's going to start soon with me in one-on-one. He's got 40, 50 employees and has grown a company 10 times what it was, a decade ago. Mm-hmm. And other times I've got somebody that's like, hey, they're a solopreneur and they just need somebody to ride shotgun with them an hour or so a week to
keep
be
me motivated,
accountable, to be a sounding board. A lot of times people will say, I don't have anybody to talk to about these ideas or these concerns or these risks that I'm facing with my new thing.
Right.
And it's such an honor to be able to sit there and go, that's not crazy. That's not crazy. I think in time with the right steps you could do that.
Right.
You're like, really? Yeah.
Because most of the times there's some basis, even if it's an off the wall idea. There's got to be
still
something.
possible.
Yeah, there's got to be something that.
Right.
Hey, there are a lot of things in here we can do, and possibly hit what you're trying to do along the way. Yeah.
The other thing too is, and I think everybody knows this, is that we all can struggle at times with self-doubt.
Yeah, for sure.
And so sometimes the coaching that I do is to hear what those doubts are, to hear what those obstacles are, and go, man, I could totally see you doing that.
Right.
And I'm not just telling them to do that because they're paying me for coaching.
Right.
And, I'm like, well, we might need to think about that one.
Business therapy. I love it.
Well, sometimes people say, so is coaching, business coaching, is that kind of like therapy? I'm like, no. It might feel that way because you're getting help and you're growing, but it's like my lane is your work, your profession.
Well, that's why I said business.
Yeah,
therapy.
that's the key.
It's not for the individual.
Right.
He said, no.
Right. No. Right.
Not today. Yeah, but I do often when people say, how's this different than that? I'll say, well, and our friends that do counseling and therapeutic, they're working with the individual on maybe wounds and things that are obstacles from the past, whereas I'm saying where we at and what could the future look like.
Do you think both end goals are the same thing?
To both,
like if you have
coaching
a person
or
in
even
therapy
a personal
and you have a person in coaching,
well,
you both of y'all telling them to.
That's a good question.
Overcome whatever's going on.
I think they work. This is a qualified answer. I think they work well in tandem. I've had more than once where somebody hires me to do business coaching with them, and then they'll say, the other day I was talking to my therapist about what I'm working on with you, and I'd say, that's cool.
Yeah,
right. What were you telling them? They'd say this is, and then that gives me an opportunity to say, that's great because you're taking care of personal wellness and mental health on that side, but then we're also trying to do things with your business and your team so that you don't make yourself crazy and need to see your therapist more because your business is not working.
There are a lot of people who are not able to separate the mental state of my personal and my business.
Yeah,
there are so
many.
You
speak the truth. You speak the truth. I mean, if I was going to go back and do a slightly different educational path than what I did, I would do more. I'd maybe do like a master's in psychology, so that we kind of had both the educational and the psychological to link those.
That would
together.
make you really tough.
Both lanes.
Yeah, man, can mess with both sides of your head.
That's right.
Yeah. But in all seriousness, so that's part of the joy. So I think in both cases is like you're trying to help somebody accomplish or experience something that they're wanting to have happen. Mm-hmm. And so in both ways, it can happen through different approaches, I think. Mm-hmm. That's a good thought. Sure. I think I've been asked that question before. That's a good one.
That boy good.
You asked that question. Don't try to slide it over.
No, I think that was you. Man.
So Shout out to Brandon. He said the squad. Knowing we're not going to accept Michigan. We rock with you, bro. We're not your team. He's a huge Michigan fan. I'm Ohio State fan. You Ohio State
See,
fan.
I lived in Ohio. Oh, no, I'm never going to go where the Angels fear and tread.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
I lived in Ohio 16 years
Okay.
before I moved here 10 plus years ago. Or no, more than that, actually. Moved from Central Ohio, just about an hour from Ohio State. And so I lived 16 years in Ohio with my family, and the kids kind of consider that their growing up home.
Okay.
We moved here for changing work, and that was 2010. So actually, that's 14 years ago. And so a lot of times when I'll say to somebody, "Yeah, I lived 16 years," and they go, "Oh, are you a Buckeye fan?" I'll go,
You see me light up.
Real
So you
quick.
roll? Okay.
I'm like, no.
So this is the big question.
No.
Because you were from the Midwest. So it's Big Ten area.
Yeah.
What's the big team you are anti? All of us have an anti-team.
Team you don't like.
That's just, I can't root for them. I won't like them.
Who'd you say your favorite was?
I won't say that. I won't say that to set you up. I won't. That's what it is?
It's the Buckeyes.
He was so cool. I dropped the book.
Well,
he was so cool. I didn't mean to do that. He was so cool. Dude.
Maybe it's some kind of a sign.
It's okay. No.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No. I could never hold against them who their favorite.
Well, and part of it too, honestly, is I was born in Bloomington, Indiana. I grew up 20 minutes from Indiana University campus. I went to ball games. I went to concerts. My mom worked at IU. So that is just all interwoven into my first 18, 20 years of life and memories and doing stuff. So it's like, with the whole Ohio State Michigan fan, really, I don't care that much either way.
I figured you, because you don't like Michigan either, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you back. He back. Just like that. He back. Just like that.
Yeah, it's like, I would say I'm indifferent
And
to
it makes
Michigan.
sense. Who is Indiana's real rival?
Is Indiana's what?
Who's your rival? So Michigan
Oh,
and
Purdue.
Ohio State-
Purdue and Indiana.
Yeah,
It's,
because they right there.
yeah,
makes
it's not at the
It ain't
it's
Notre
not the
Dame?
level of crazy like Michigan, Ohio
Everybody in
State.
the Big Ten is Notre Dame.
Yeah.
None of us like it. You like Notre Dame.
That's true. They're kind of like
Yeah.
they're kind of like in a class all themselves.
They are. Maybe an Illinois fan will like Notre Dame because they're not used to winning. But other than that,
So I guess I'm
But you
indifferent.
had All-Star though, Andrew Breeze. They was tough.
Oh, I love him, man.
They
In
was
spite of him
tough.
going to Purdue, I love it. I love Drew Brees.
it's just a couple years you didn't like. That's all.
Just a couple years.
Yeah.
It's been a lifetime.
Tom Brady the GOAT except for them college years. That's all.
He was not the GOAT then, but he sure did turn that around.
So, what legacy do you hope to leave in the field of leadership, coaching, and mentoring?
Yeah. I want to help people understand that the best them that they can do is acceptable, right? Because we can get into this comparison game of like, well, see, I'm the youngest of 4 boys, and all 3 of my brothers are just, I've got the little brother syndrome.
Okay.
It feels like they're all smarter than me. They're all nicer than me. And I'm the salty, smart aleck little brother, you know. And so I can get caught in that. So the comparison game can start at any point. And it's like the best thing I probably ever did was just, a really good Jeff is okay.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
So when we can get comfortable in our own skin, to me, if I help people see that, that's a part of a legacy that they can grow to where they have self-acceptance and that it's not just it's okay to be you. It's like, no, it's great to be you.
It is.
If you're
the only
thriving,
here, yeah.
if you're thriving,
You
that's
see
the
yourself
best.
every day.
That's the best, man. Yeah. So that's probably not kind of the routine answer, but that's where I'm at.
I love that answer because I truly believe there are only one of us.
Right.
There's only one you. There's only
Absolutely.
one him. There's only
Absolutely.
one me. Now that's a lot of duplicates. They
Yeah.
have a lot in common with us,
Right.
but there's only one of us.
Right.
And the world needs our version of us. We'd have never been put here.
Yeah. Because our story, everybody's story is different. Like you said, there may be similarities. Like, oh, well, I grew up near there. Or, oh, I went to school there. It's like, yeah, those are commonalities and things we can connect with or not. Michigan, Ohio State.
Right. Yeah.
But
we connect with him all the time. We just don't like his choice in sports.
Yeah, we just ridicule him, I guess. Is he just like give you the business all the time?
On sports, we really ain't It's just the iPhone, Android, yeah.
So on the show
bigger than
itself,
Ohio State
Oh
Buckeye.
yeah.
on the show itself, he and I get along. It's a guy who's commenting.
Oh.
So on our show, we
Yeah,
interact
yeah,
with the people who
yeah.
talk.
Oh yeah. I love those.
Brandon
I love
Woods,
the comments rolling
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, Brandon Woods.
Yeah,
He a big
Brandon, we
big
can
guy.
still be friends, even though you boiler up and
He's a
things.
Chicago fan too, though. So I don't know if he can do that.
Well, we'll have to get,
I said, "Well,
I'll get back to you on that one. When I moved here, during my interview at the university, one of the guys said, "Okay, I got a key question for you." You're thinking, I don't want to screw this up. And he goes, "Sox or Cubs?" And I'm like, "No."
No.
now you win." Now you have to take the side.
I didn't make any enemies that way. They were like,
Yeah.
"Okay."
Yeah.
Like, that's all I got.
The cheap way is to say I like them both.
But neither
See
one.
that,
No,
but
neither
I'm
one.
too straight up. I'll just kind of go. I don't really care, man.
Yeah.
I grew up as an itty bitty kid. I was a Sox fan because that's where we normally went.
Yeah,
And then once I started really getting into baseball and I'm watching, I prefer to watch the Cubs.
He liked a lot of losing, so he just started watching the Cubs.
No,
I love that.
Aramis
Benny.
Ramirez.
I love
honestly,
it. Yeah.
Aramis.
He's kind of turned. The
Yeah, he
point.
turned it for me because to
That's
me,
fair. He was
during
good.
that time, he was the best player on both teams.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
Frank, who was better on the Sox?
Everybody.
On the Sox?
Yes.
I don't have an
Joe
example.
Creedy was better than him.
Who?
Joe Creedy.
Oh, here we go.
The catcher,
Here we go.
Chris Brzezinski.
Here we
AJ
go.
was better than
He
him.
talking about 2006.
Come on,
Oh,
man.
okay.
But
Then that's when
I'm
they
talking
won the
before
chip.
that.
I'm talking about all of them.
I'm talking like 2003, 2002, 2001. My high school years was when I really
When you were
started
going
getting
as a
into baseball.
kid.
Yeah.
That's a Paul Canerco
So,
better
but
than
now-
all of them. What
Now
you mean?
there you go.
Yeah.
Canerco.
Nah, I don't have
Yeah.
over
Come on,
him.
bro. Frank Thomas? What?
So Frank, that was the end of his career. He was nowhere near the same.
He was a beast too.
Oh,
man.
but Frank, when I was as a kid, like
You were
the
going-
White
he
Sox,
wasn't
Frank
in his
Thomas was the
peak.
guy.
Oh,
Big
okay.
Hurt?
I think Big Hurt got the best bat in baseball I've ever seen. The most purest.
You
Batter?
disrespecting the White Sox.
No, I am.
legends.
But as an adult, I go, there's no reason to hate him.
Yeah,
Now I refuse to like the Bears,
yeah.
and I don't dislike the Bulls, but I don't like Bulls fans because they're Bears fans, and they had that. It's just that unrealistic mentality.
But you a Laker fan.
Heavy.
How?
And
a whole nother
Big
chapter.
Bron. And Big Bron.
Okay.
You know how I'm a Lakers fan. It's a family team.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah. Okay.
Pops.
I can respect that.
Quick story is Pops bet me in 2000 when the Lakers were running through everybody. Kobe and Shaq's first ring.
Ah, well, what a team that
He
was.
bet me if they came back from a 20-point deficit at the half, I had to be a Lakers fan. And if they lost, he was going to give me, I think it was like $300.
Goofy.
I'm gonna take that.
He kept that.
No,
His money?
they won.
That's what I mean.
They won,
He
yeah.
didn't give up his $300.
So, right. No, he knew what he was doing. He
knew that.
Kobe
Who
was
did?
legendary, man.
He knew. I didn't.
I'm sure you did.
I was like, Scott,
He wouldn't offer that much money.
Right.
I thought he's going to have to pay
You know how
up.
much $300 was it? 2,000?
It's like 1,000 now.
Ain't lying.
Or more.
It's close to it.
Wow.
Yeah, so Lakers for sure.
Yeah.
Who's-
I liked him
who's-
more when Kobe was still with us.
I understand.
Yeah,
Kobe
yeah.
was a different animal
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. Again, honorably and with love, he was a freak.
Yeah.
He was so good, and he worked so
His work
hard
ethic was
like he was
insane.
not good,
Yeah.
which is when the magic happens.
Yeah.
People that they work like they're just okay. And they're
You knew the Bucks.
incredible.
was gonna fall.
incredible.
Like he ain't make them all, but
With,
you knew the ones he was
with
gonna
Kobe
make.
in his prime, without Shaq, Kobe was the first person I ever watched. They down 10, they down 15.
Bruh.
No,
They
big
coming
deal.
back.
They
They
coming
coming back.
back,
Every
bruh.
Gotta go.
time.
Yeah, we
They
ain't
coming
losing.
back.
We ain't losing this game.
Yeah.
Down 10. I'm like, why they keep looking at him?
There could be like
You know why?
three or four
They
trips
up
down the
now?
floor.
Yup.
No.
Four people guard Kobe, 4 people open, move.
Just clear it out.
Yeah, clear it
you
out.
can't stop me.
Double side dribble shoot. What?
It was awesome,
wrong.
man.
Yeah, Kobe was another monster. for sure.
2000s go.
Yeah.
The Converge Conference. Let's talk about that.
Let's
Third
come
annual.
back to that.
Third
Yeah.
annual, man.
Yeah.
Can you give us a brief overview of
Sure.
this conference?
Yeah,
The
absolutely.
theme and
I'd
the
love
key
to.
objectives?
I'd love to. Our theme the first 2 years was community and connection.
Okay.
And that's still at the heart of what we're doing. This year, our theme is reset, relate, renew.
I like it.
Okay.
And so we've invited all the different people that are going to be a part of that to take that and then apply it to their role in their profession. So, for example, we have 2 keynotes, one in the morning and one in the afternoon. The morning will be Dr. Melvina Calvin Edwards, who love that girl. Yeah. I had her in class when she started her doctoral program, and from day one, it was like, she's different, man.
Yeah,
she is wonderful and different, and I won't tell a story on her because I told her I wouldn't. Her $100 story, it's almost say, because she's going to be our morning keynote.
Okay.
She's Kankakee police officer, but she's also soon going to be taking on the Kankakee Community College Law Enforcement Program and leading that. That's going to be huge. She's been teaching there for years on the side, but she's going to be doing it in a more significant way this fall. So Dr. Melvina is going to be our morning keynote, and then it's going to be like KCC day. Then the afternoon is Dr. Michael Boyd, the president of KCC. Okay. He will be our afternoon keynote, and in between there, we are doing a renewal revitalization theme with a panel of different local business developers, kinds of people that have started business, they're entrepreneurs, they're doing reno rebuilds of businesses and homes, and just trying to make the community renewed. To go back to the theme, hands-on. Yeah. So we've got a panel that will be a part of the morning, and I'll be conducting that kind of an interview chat format, and then from there we'll have 10 different breakout sessions. With each of them being a different person, again, all from our community, all from Kankakee County. That's what's up, man. And so it's people from nonprofits, from community small businesses, and again coming back to how do they connect their work, whether it's art therapy or events or community services, all those kinds of things. How do they relate that back to the theme of reset or renew, relate, and reset. Right. I had it flipped backwards. It's actually...
Oh, you said it backwards.
I said it backwards. It's reset, because we start with, okay, we got to pause, we got to reset. Then we relate to each other.
Right.
So you tell each other what's going on.
And then from that, we can renew and start fresh.
We're going to have to have a conference, man.
Come on down. Well, you can come and check ours out.
Oh, for sure.
And see what you want yours to look like.
You gonna be a keynote speaker, bro?
Visualize and attack.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't care what it is.
Bobby Boucher.
Visualize. There's the theme.
I knew you would get it.
There's the theme.
Yeah. Waterboy. Visualize.
You heard it here first.
Not only will I do it for you, but yes, I do.
Yes, I would. He said, Bobby, do you think you can play for me like that every night? Not only will I do that for you, but yes.
That's that high quality AC from the glaciers. From the glacier from Alaska, man.
My boy said, I didn't even say nothing.
Gatorade.
Too old.
I never get tired of that movie.
He said, that's pretty funny, kid. How old are you? 13, 14?
He said, I'm 31 years old.
I see you guys are fans. Start quoting the lines.
Yeah, for sure. If it's a funny movie, we gonna quote it.
You've probably seen it.
For sure.
Yep. I've seen that movie quite too many times.
Too many times. Too many.
So what networking opportunities are going to be available for your attendees?
Yeah. That's one of the things that I love about it, is because both the speakers and the people that attend are basically from our community and our area. We did have some people come from out of the community to attend in the past, which I love that. Yeah. But, we start the day off, the doors open at 8, and we have really great breakfast and coffee, food available. So that first 30, 40 minutes is for people to come in, get some food, get a coffee, mingle, mix, talk to people, reconnect. Yeah. So we really build that into the schedule, that as soon as they check in, they've got a half hour or more to just talk and connect. And so that starts out the day, and then we have morning, afternoon breaks. We have lunch provided on site, so they don't have to leave, go away. And so... all the breaks and the meals, we're there, and you can just really connect and see a lot of people. It's big enough, it's really meaningful, but it's small enough you can look over and go, I haven't seen him for months. Yeah. And you kind of found it. Right. So that is very intentional in that way also. to give people space and time to not just go move. You got to get to your next session.
Right.
And we're giving a little bit longer breaks and space.
It makes it flow smoother that way.
And
too.
it does. Yeah.
You don't go home exhausted from the conference.
Right. When you're when part of your theme is renew, you don't want to wear them out and send them home beat up and exhausted.
I've been to a few conferences like, man, I wish they would just stop. It's too much.
By the afternoon refreshment break, I'm ready to leave.
Yeah.
We're trying to have that not be the case for the
you looking at your itinerary, you're like, well, I'm going to leave this 10 minutes early. 2 minutes early.
You start leaving before you're
gone. because you don't want to get caught up in the little crowd.
That's right.
Okay, so when is this conference being held?
Friday, October 11th, right here in downtown Kankakee.
Okay.
249 South Schuyler Avenue. We did it last year in our building, which is the former Love's Christian Center.
Got it.
40 plus years, beautiful couple ran that business, and they've now retired, and so we've utilized that space and operate out of that building. So that first floor we did a ton of reno and opening up that space a lot more, and we can see probably up to 125 or so, maybe 150 if we really squeeze it.
That's beautiful.
So when the tickets come up in the next week or so, you better hop on them because you don't want to get shut out.
That's my next question. How much are the tickets?
Just $49 for the whole day.
$49.
That's
$49?
breakfast and
Little
breaks
more, but
included. Yeah. $49, and they if they register for the conference before September 1st, it's $5 off. So they can literally have a full day of professional development and great food, like from Stafari. I'm talking to Chick-fil-A about bringing our lunches they did last year. Had Max Barbecue. We had Stafari Cafe.
Nice. Shout out to Max.
Love it. Yeah, they came out last year. Everybody loved it. So so we provide all that food and breaks and then great lunch options right there on site. And you get all that for $44 if you register before September 1st.
I like that.
$49 thereafter, which still. Where can you get a full day professional development and food for $49?
No, you can't. Especially not local.
We're very intentional to price it so it's accessible. And somebody can say, "Man, I'd love to go, but I just can't pay $200 for that day."
Yeah. Right.
We're not even close to that. We want to bring people in and engage them and connect with them, and then who knows what can come out of those collaborations and things in the community.
Where can those tickets be purchased?
They will be available on all our social media, all the Converge platforms on LinkedIn and Facebook. They'll also be available.
Fine social media, just like
we're all fine social media.
Social media.
And then too, and the ticket link and all that information will be up on our website soon.
For sure, and we'll definitely make sure we share it as well.
We'll get that before we get away. Yeah,
he is the share it all king.
He's the
Mr. Promotion.
The techno store notes kind of thing. Yeah,
he's gonna share it everywhere.
Pardon me?
What time you say?
Doors will open at 8, and then I believe our first session.
Put it on our calendar.
Yeah. How about it, huh?
We're gonna be
we'll open our doors at 8. Vendors will be coming in, and then the full schedule kicks off around 9 o'clock that morning, and it will go until about 3:30 in the afternoon. So it's a little soft landing on a Friday. Right. We're not going to keep them there till 5 or something crazy like that.
That's really nice.
Yeah. So Friday, October 11th, and as well as the social media sites. If you go to the Converge website, there's a conference link there, and as soon as that's all, we're just waiting on 1 or 2 little pieces, and then we'll put the whole schedule out. We'll put the registration link, and people can go get it.
Very nice.
Got it on the schedule. Nice.
So we got it on the live.
Johnny on the spot, man.
Thank you.
It'll be in the chat too, because they like to watch the live.
Absolutely.
As well,
Absolutely.
So, man.
I love it.
Yeah. You have a podcast as well?
I do.
Yeah.
What's the name of your podcast?
Leadership Level Up.
Okay, Leadership Level Up.
Yeah, and it's available on all platforms, including Apple.
Yeah. Apple Podcast.
See, I'm not a hater. I'm just,
okay, good,
it's not fully.
Don't exclude us, man.
Yeah, no, I don't want to do that at all. So it's on all the podcast platforms, and once the shows post on platforms, it's on the link, and the video link is also on my website. So the Converge website, and we do both YouTube and audio. So people, if they like watching it, they can do the YouTube version.
That's exactly how we want. We try to make it accessible, so I understand that. So whose idea was this podcast originally?
I'd love to say it was my brilliant idea, but it really wasn't. So the guys at Pathfinder, originally, before I even started working with them, they were thinking about getting into some podcasting, and they had actually said, if we do a podcast, Jeff, what would you think about maybe hosting that, and then we'll bring in topics and people related to marketing and services that Pathfinder does. I said, man, that sounds like a blast. So we talked about that. And during that same time, I had been doing some coaching with Brian Prairie, who's one of the partners at Pathfinder.
Nice.
And so we were doing one-on-one leadership coaching kinds of stuff because he was new to being in a leadership role. And
Shout out to Brian.
Yeah, Brian. Yeah. So I think we did a 3-month sequence. We'd meet weekly for 3 months. And it was near the end of that, I said to him, so after we wrap this up, how do you think you can keep growing as a leader? And this was just us sitting and talking over coffee. And he said, I think I want to keep, talking to leaders and hearing from leaders and whatnot. And so this is where it wasn't my idea, but Brian was like, what if we did a podcast and we both do interviews and bring in community leaders and ask them what leadership looks like in city government or county government or industry, pharmaceutical, nonprofits, healthcare, all that. So when I love that, let's do it.
That's dope. Yeah.
So that's where it grew out of, was Brian saying, I want to keep growing as a leader, and I think if I keep hearing from leaders, I'll get better.
For sure.
And so that's kind of what it grew out of, and then the concept has really continued to be doing interviews with leaders about leadership and who influenced them when they were early in their career, and what does good leadership look like for them. And it's been a blast. We're at 55 or 56 episodes now. Yeah. 2 years in.
Keep them cooking.
Yeah.
Keep them cooking, man.
So we've got more coming, more in the bank.
Yeah.
But it's a blast. I love hearing from people of every spectrum of life and careers, and just giving them space to tell their story, like you guys are doing for me today.
For sure. For sure.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
Can you give us some feedback from some of your listeners on how your podcast has impacted them?
It's been really fun. Sometimes there are people that I already know, and then sometimes I'll run into somebody, out for coffee, whatever. I remember there was a lady that was introduced to me. I think she works for one of the nonprofits in town. And she said, I've watched every one of your podcasts. I was like,
that changes. It does something to you.
Yeah. And she said, I'm so grateful to have that as a free resource, because she's trying to grow and develop as a leader.
Yeah.
And she said, I can watch all this feedback from, all these episodes, and it's really been helpful. And I was just like, oh my Lord, I'd never thought about that as, hey, it's just a resource to, obviously we want to grow other leaders.
Yeah. But a lot of that stuff be paid for. Like, you got to go to paid conferences.
And that was her emphasis, was there's so much free, valuable, helpful information on your website, and I really appreciate it. I was like, man, I don't even know what to say.
Yeah,
that's such a cool moment.
That's how it should be, though, especially when we're all in the same area doing damn near the same things to get to whatever level we're going to. So
that's right. Yeah, it's helping people in our community. So that was a real treat to have somebody say, the episodes have provided me a lot of good content. And the other times are just that people love hearing, most of the time, people love hearing other people's stories. So they'll say, hey, I watched that episode with Matt, or watch that episode with Dustin, or Stacy, or Sarah, or whoever. And they're like, I didn't know she'd done that, or I didn't know before he was here, he did that. And so you just kind of crack that open and give people an opportunity to share more of their story, even that somebody knows, even that knows them pretty well. So
especially when you meet them during their stride, right? You know what I'm saying? You never know how they got there. So when you hear different stories,
So that's a treat when somebody says, "Man, this is really good content," and I learned a lot about that person, or I learned part about your journey or their journey just by tuning in for a half-hour episode.
Right. Good stuff, man.
And from what I've learned from the people that we talk to, a lot of successful people have the most simple mentality of things. A lot of us overcomplicate.
You make it too hard.
Yeah. Trying to find out a business plan.
Yeah.
Create a guide. And they're like, no, you just go do it.
Just go do it.
Just go do
Yeah.
it. Go do it.
Yeah, and I'll sometimes say to people, what is something that you love to do to a point where it's like, you cannot not do it because you love it and you enjoy it. And then when they say, well, it's these two things, I just think about it. I love doing it. I'm pretty good at it. I'm like, well, can you monetize that? Can you turn that into a revenue stream, even if you've got a job over here and you're doing this and this? And I know you guys, you get a lot of stuff going on.
Right. Yeah.
And so I'm always for like multiple revenue streams and having that part of you that's your creative and that's your your relation, and there's just all that stuff. And it goes back to what I was saying earlier, that if we, and anybody who's watching, if we get to be the best ever version of us, man, what a gift that is
to the world. Yeah.
Right. I mean, who needs another imitation?
We don't.
You're right. And you see so many people with good intentions. Oh, somebody like over there, that lady, that guy, they're super successful. I'm gonna imitate them. Yeah. It might work for a while, but impersonators are impersonators. They're not the real Elvis or the real whoever.
I'm like that with music a lot of times. If you sound like somebody else, typically it's hard for me to listen to you because I got a better version of this person already. Yeah, and they've given me enough for me to know them and like that.
Yeah. And you could probably both think of times where you heard somebody like a new artist, or you're like, that's a sound I haven't heard before. It makes me go listen more. Turn it up. Who is that? Dang, feel something when I hear that. And so, those things, those are big to me.
Yeah, I like that. What have you learned about yourself through this podcast process?
Yeah. I don't have to have all the answers. I don't have to be perfect.
Okay.
And when we realize that, man, we can kind of set ourselves free. Yeah. Now, that doesn't give me excuses to be sloppy or not be excellent, but to realize, even if I'm really on my game most of the time, sometimes I'm going to stumble. Yeah. I'm going to miss that free throw with 1 second left in the game, so to speak. We were talking about basketball before. Yeah. But that doesn't define you. Yeah. It's that consistently showing up again and again and doing those things that help your community, that help your company, that help your nonprofit, that help your family, your friends, consistently over time doing those things.
You got a whole nother game.
Right. That's right.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
In terms of basketball, just the way you saying it, we think about people last second shot to win the game. How many of those they actually miss?
No, for real.
It's not like it's an
anywhere near. The stats on MJ.
Like 40 greats are at like 45 to 35% of the, and then.
But we remember the ones that hit.
It's the ones they hit.
And I think there's a lesson there for us. I don't know the numbers, but MJ, he hit all kinds of historic game winners that we've seen a million times. Right. But I think more than half of the game on the line shots went doink.
Yeah.
He said that.
But we don't remember those. Yeah. And maybe that's a good lesson for us. It's like, if we're playing our hearts out and we take the shot at the buzzer, people are going to more remember the ones that worked.
Right. And they're going to also remember you wanted the ball, you wanted the
played
opportunity.
With your heart out. Yeah. And you didn't lose because you didn't.
It's a lot easier to root for that person.
Yeah. You didn't lose because you didn't try and give it all you had.
That's right.
And they forget too. The players forget about it.
They need to. They need to, so they believe next time I'm going to hit that. Next time I'm going to hit that.
Yeah, for sure.
Agree. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You have a certain date that your podcast airs?
That's a good question. I should know the answer to that. Catherine, can you help me? Catherine is our marketing manager, and she schedules those all out.
Shout out to Catherine.
Catherine Henson. You can let me know tomorrow.
We try to make sure we shout out as much as we can.
I want to say they drop on Wednesdays.
Okay.
But I'm not real sure.
Shout out to Catherine.
Yeah.
Lives be all over the place. I ain't gonna lie to you.
So the lives are 80% of the time Wednesday, Thursday.
Around this time, for sure.
I always say 7:30-ish.
7:30-ish.
We were here by then.
Yeah.
We were here by then.
Times happen. People come late. We sometimes, we work jobs.
Your guests might show up a little late, and what are you gonna do, man?
It happens. Sometimes we have shows at last minute. Like, hey, you think you can fit me in today? Sure.
Come on down.
But we already got a show.
Yeah.
So we
just figure it out.
How about 9?
Show. That's what we do.
Yeah.
Figure it out.
See you at 8:30. We'll figure it out from there.
We'll make it happen. Yeah.
So we try to crossbreed with people. So a lot of times, last second, somebody will say, "Hey, what show you got today? We want to come on too." Or we'll sit off camera. Or we'll. All right, let's try to figure it out. So
that's
we understand that. We try to be flexible. And shout out to the fans. They are pretty flexible.
Shout out to y'all.
There ain't too many people
yelling, showing up in the comments,
man.
saying some good stuff. I love it.
For sure. All right, let's talk about community a little bit.
I love talking about community.
That was one of the biggest things I read that you said. So I said, we're going to throw a couple of those questions in there. We'll get it going.
I'm glad you did.
And I like to ask him these questions too. Because it really,
Get ready. Get ready. You can't just
I know, right?
sit there looking beautiful the whole time. You're going to have to say something.
So I'm going to start with you. I'm going to start with you. Okay. Give you a second to think. I'm going to start with you.
Let's get it, my boy.
How do you define a strong community? And what are its key characteristics?
That's good.
It's real good.
I figure a strong community is a community that's consistently working at positivity, whether it's with the kids, the older folks, the younger folks, the middle folks, the babies, the district, the mailman, the police.
Shout out to the feds.
Shout out to everybody, man.
Everybody out there.
But I figure, just a community just striving to do good. And key components, communication for one, awareness for two, and grace, man. And that's something I'm
grace.
learning.
Yeah, you learning it though. You actually starting to put it into action, bro.
Yeah, man, you got to be graceful. Man.
I see that face flare up and come down.
We definitely need.
This is a new thing for us learning grace.
Yeah,
we both had an issue with that,
especially now too. We older, you know what I'm saying. We out here now in the public, so we definitely have to.
And we all need that.
Yeah. Got to be able to be graceful.
And I find the more I give it, the more I tend to get some.
That's the truth.
Not in a gimme way, but just like
in times of need. Yeah, once you start giving grace, all of a sudden when you super frustrated and the world is heavy, from nowhere people just let me
it's okay,
cool
man.
out. Yeah, cool out.
I'm with you. We can get through this. And you're like, okay, I'm not all alone in whatever the struggle today is.
Yeah. And even though everybody here, I don't want to say not on the same page, because I think everybody has the same goal. We may just be in different cars going there.
Right. And want to get there different ways.
Yeah. But at the same time, we all trying to get there. And I think that's a big thing for here. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying. Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah. Well, I amen to all you just said. In terms of characteristics of community and what that looks like, I think it's, we hear this a lot, but it's getting out of our comfort zone.
Yeah.
It's
for sure.
It's talking to, having coffee with, breaking bread with somebody I don't know real well. Maybe they don't look like me. They don't think like me. They don't care about everything I care about, but there's still this human value that everybody has. And I think if people can sense that, and boy, grace is a part of that, right?
Yeah.
Somebody at City Hall doesn't do what I want him to, right? Can we
what can we do around
that? Can we help? If something needs to change, can we volunteer? Can we engage in respectful diplomatic conversation? Because I choose to believe that most of the people, and I'm just talking about, political figures, local, but just people in the community, whether volunteers or nonprofits or nurses or whoever, I choose to believe that most of them want to do right by people. Most of them want to...
Natural human nature.
Yeah, want to leave people better than they found them. And sometimes that just means good morning.
Yeah.
Nah, for real.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm that dude that'll say hello to someone in the street that I don't know him.
Yeah.
And it almost scares people sometimes. I'll say, hey, good morning.
You. Shit, imagine me doing that all the time.
Well,
they be looking
fair.
like
That's fair.
They be looking like hold on.
oh boy,
Yeah.
where's this gonna
What
go?
you saying good morning for?
yeah.
Well, yeah.
Right, and that goes back to spend some time with somebody I haven't known or that I met. Like you guys, we haven't met in person till today.
Don't know you
We're
from
having
a
a
can of
blast,
paint.
man.
Yeah.
We're having a blast.
Yeah.
So that the more we can have conversations, the more we can listen. Sometimes when I'm sitting somewhere, I would literally do this on purpose. I find it's hard to talk when I have my finger over the top of my mouth.
Yeah.
And if I ask a sincere question and just zip it, which is hard for me.
I hate you. He said he looked at me.
Nobody told me to say that. I just
Sorry, it's okay.
Yeah. It's
that's your boy over there.
the more
Getting better though.
The more I listen, the more I learn.
You know, I have a rare ability. I can talk and listen.
A rare ability.
I know that sounds crazy, and I'm not saying.
Walk me through that.
Hear me out. I'm not saying that I can overtalk you consistently and hear you. That's not what I'm saying. But look, you had to do it too. But in a debate, I can hear. Right? I'm listening to what a person is saying.
But you're still thinking.
But I'm still going. And I had to learn, and it's been more recently, I'm learning that even though I can do it, they can't do it.
Yeah.
And it's way more frustrating on their part.
Because you show that you still thinking, even when you not saying nothing, bro.
Yeah.
I'm working on it.
It is hard to not think anything when you're trying to listen to someone, but I have heard people say, and you probably have too, listen to understand rather than listen to respond. You know, because that can be, okay, yeah, I heard what you said there, boy. I'm going to punch back.
I heard you. Yep, I heard you.
Yeah. But it's like, what if I'm just listening to make sure I get you and I understand whatever frustration is or a pain point or whatever is really important to you? Am I hearing that if I'm going, oh boy, I'm going to say this next?
Right.
You know, and I can get caught in that one too.
So also my
How do you do that?
ADHD,
Yeah.
I have my attention span. So I know I'm supposed to wait, but if you say something and it triggers me, I gotta get
That's
it
what I
out.
was just thinking in my head.
My wife
As soon
hates
as
it
you
when I
get that
do
trigger word,
Yeah,
you're like, well,
you
hold on,
triggered me.
player.
I'm right. So I again take time.
Yeah.
You see, I'm talking and switching as I take time, and I'm learning to hold it. So I'm even trying
That's
to work
been a
on
big
not
one.
showing it physically.
Yeah.
Because I talk, as you see, I talk a lot with my hands. He make fun about all day.
I do too, man.
My expressions, I talk a lot. And so I'm learning not to do it as much. So a lot of times, like, if you get going, I just stare at you. I don't know if you notice, you look over and I'm like
burning a hole in my
yeah,
forehead.
Yeah, I'm just hyper focused.
I haven't noticed that yet, but I'll pay attention
Have
to
you
that.
seen me doing that? Or I don't look at you. I'm looking down.
Checking my notes.
No.
Oh,
If I'm checking my notes, I'm listening to you and I'm
Okay.
preparing for the next part.
Yeah, that I've been there on that.
But
That's fair.
but if you see me looking down like this, I probably got something to say.
You're keeping your foot on the brake.
Oh man, I'm
for
putting
real.
my knees
You
into
ready.
it.
You waiting on that snap.
That's when I go.
He waiting on that snap
I'm putting
count.
my knees into it because I got something.
Snap
So-
count. What's the snap count?
But again, it's as I get older and life slows down a little bit, I'm getting a lot better at it. So
It's a learned skill.
It is.
And I haven't mastered it yet.
because conversation wise, I can go to 10.
Yeah.
easily.
Right. I'll often say, I'm sorry. I'm just so excited. I just wanted to tell you that. You know, and they're like,
That's me.
Yeah. Yeah. By that time, I was like, go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
and then they're PO'd, and I'm like, man.
But I'm getting better. I really am. I'm at a point
Self-awareness
now.
is good.
I'm at a point now. He'll start talking, and when I cut him off, I'm like, whoa, my bad. And he'll go, no, you, nope, you got it.
I see you feeling
Yeah,
it. You feeling it, player. Go ahead.
Finish what you were saying, right?
So I'm working on it. But to me, a strong community is a community that acts
Yes.
more than it speaks.
Yeah. Because that's what tells us
Absolutely.
where our heart inner values are.
Because we all have opinions, and especially with social media being where it is now, it's a lot easier to just speak out.
Right.
So I'll give a prime example. We talked about this a couple weeks ago on the show. I think actually it was last week. There were a lot of people in Kankakee County, Kankakee School District, who were upset about the uniforms. They didn't want the uniforms anymore.
Oh, okay.
They were having a conniption fit about it. So much that the high school called a special school meeting about it. Let's talk about it, see where y'all at. Not many people showed up. Really bad. And it goes to the point, like how do I call you a strong community?
How big a deal is it?
Yeah.
How big a deal is it?
Because a strong community finds out. Because to me, if I have something to say about it and I can't make it, hey, what you got going on? Can you make such and such? Here's what I have to say. Can you say, can you say this for me and tell me what they say back?
Or show up
and listen.
Sometimes you can't.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can.
That's true.
But most times you probably can.
Sometimes
because of the time of the day, and most of us work first shift. Right. But again, if I work second shift, I can't make it.
And if you can't make that, there's plenty ways to
absolutely.
Them. If you can't make this meeting, you can email them before the meeting.
But if all three of us sit down and have our whole meeting before it happens, and then we say, hey,
here's a list of questions that we
can
have.
you go up here? Can you represent all of us and ask? Because that's a whole nother, that is a community working together because there's an action that needs to happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because we don't have to be face to face. We can do video calls. People talk on the phone while they're at work all day long. Text the whole time. There's no excuse. No excuse. Especially if it's that big of a deal to you.
Right.
So, and it's not a knock on Kankakee as a whole, or not attacking parents.
No.
It's
probably
just
any school district that'd be the case.
Yeah, it's just a bold statement saying we want to be a strong community. We have to find ways to be a strong community. We can't keep saying, I voted for you and you're supposed to do these things.
Yeah.
Nah. They should, but again, like you said, they got a lot of people they answer to too.
Yeah.
So that's all you can do.
Yeah. That's right. Man.
Work as a community and show up.
Right.
Volunteering, listening, like you said. All three of us touch a different audience.
Yeah, our circle of influence is different.
Absolutely. Now we may interchange where there are some people listening, all three of us, but we touch a different audience. If us be able to sit here and have like minds and agree on most of the things that we're saying, and each saying the same thing but saying it in a different way, that's part of the conversation, the communication that needs to be had.
That's right.
And then when it touches you, you're passing it on to someone else because you communicate a way that somebody else will understand.
Yeah, if we've talked about it and we understand each other, then if somebody says Jeff's off his rocker, you can go, hold on, I know him. We talked about this. Here's what I think he means by that, And then now we're not taking up sides. You're just kind of going, wait. I remember that being said, and I heard that, but here's what I thought I heard. It's different than he's a bad dude or he doesn't care about this. It's like, no, I think I know his heart, and
you're not understanding what he means.
I think there's just a misunderstanding here. Not somebody's bad and somebody's good.
Because typically that's what it is. Another thing I believe with community is that money is too much of a focus, right? Strong communities barter. People with big money they don't keep doing this money thing back and forth. You have a business, I have a business, he has a business.
How can we help each other?
Yeah, when you show up, I got a detailing business. I ain't got much. But when you show up and have a conversation with me, hey, send your car through there.
I know a guy. Yeah, he does that. Yeah.
Yeah. So but I'm bartering with you. So then the next time, hey man, I really could use a commercial. You think you could possibly?
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
you guys come through here and get free car washes for a month.
Yeah.
Every day if you want to.
Right.
I just really
give me a shout out.
Yeah.
That's what we do at the conference, is we ask people to be sponsors, and they're getting shout outs on podcasts and on our socials, and like, hey, thanks to XYZ for sponsoring our breakfast or our coffee break or whatever. Yeah. And we help each other that way. Right.
And I think that's the way. I think it's just it's a poorer, I don't want to call people poor, but poorer mentality for it always to be, well, I ain't getting paid for it, or I ain't getting, man, you got to volunteer sometimes. Yeah. You got to barter sometimes.
Absolutely.
It may not be direct monetary value, but how do you have friends? Yeah. How do you have a network?
Yeah.
And it's always got to be something lining your pocket for.
Yeah, no.
Somebody always giving to you.
Yeah,
no. And if somebody's doing something really good, and we can shine a light on, even just, a couple days ago, met with somebody. These people don't know. I love doing this. this person doesn't know this person, but I know them both.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, do you know?
That's us.
Do you know him? Do you know her?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you guys have similar heart and passion for the community, for senior citizens, for kids, whatever. So I shoot them both a note and say, hey, you two need to talk because you're good people and you're doing some great things for our community.
Absolutely.
And I just want to make sure you know each other, right? And then there's that. We loan our credibility. That's a form of barter, you know.
Right.
We lend some credibility to say, hey, I know these guys. I spent a couple hours with them, and you should go talk to them. You know, they may be able to help you with that.
We're blessed enough where we have people like that. There are people who will randomly reach out to us for someone else. Hey, such and such need to be on your show. They have no idea who you are. They need to be on your show. Cool. Yeah. Send us their social media, send whatever. Right. We'll do the rest.
And I think in our case, I think you guys, I think connected on LinkedIn, maybe.
Yeah, I believe that's what it was.
It was LinkedIn, and I'm like, these dudes are right here in our town.
Yeah.
That's the same
cool.
thing I was thinking. Damn.
Exactly.
Cool.
Yeah, that's what he said.
I need to talk to them.
Here? He doing all that here?
Right. Now, I'm not going to pull it off and do anything weird, but I've got a shirt on that says,
look.
No.
I want Hogan on.
I said it. Yeah. No,
that would be crazy.
I don't think I can do that. This is too nice a shirt. But the shirt says, let's get coffee.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
You know?
Yeah.
Don't know you? Let's get coffee. Don't agree with you? Let's get coffee. Need to meet somebody I know that you don't know? Let's get coffee.
Yeah. And then the people that you know, like if you know somebody here and you know somebody here, and they start talking, they both know you.
Yeah.
So they thinking, okay, we both know Jeff.
Like, wait a minute.
Yeah. You know, if he cool and he introducing us,
we creating allies and networks just by doing that. Yeah. I love it.
Absolutely. Yeah. I'm all over that. Yeah. Absolutely. And I'm not going to do Hulk.
If you do it,
I'd have to wear a different shirt.
I swear, if you do it, I'm going to scream like Macho Man.
Those hearts might start disappearing.
As loud as I can.
You know, they're going like this. They might start being the wow emoji. Not like impressive, but like, wow, I'm finding a new show to watch. You know, I won't do that to you. No.
Doctor snapped out.
That's funny.
I talk with my hands too.
I've learned people who are great at communication talk with their body. It's natural.
Stop.
If I sit here and I talk with my hand,
with communication talk with their body.
He looks closed. He doesn't.
See, you see that? It's a communication thing.
Let's get coffee, babe. Let's get coffee. Nah. It's got to flow. It's got to be real. It's got to be real. Let's get coffee. We can talk some coffee. We can talk about that.
I got you.
Yeah. I won't judge. We'll just talk.
For sure.
That's how I do. That's how I do it.
How can ordinary individuals take on leadership roles to foster a sense of unity?
Yeah. You know, you touched on something that I think has really been a big key, is I've lived in several communities over the years, and that is so many good things start with volunteering in your community.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It can be, I take a casserole to your house when you lose somebody from your family. I knock on the door and say, you don't know me, but I live 3 doors down. I heard you lost your brother. I heard you lost a child. You lost your mom, your dad. And you extend grace and some human care to people. You volunteer at a place like the hospital. Basically, any nonprofit, any organization probably has a need for volunteers. Yeah. So, you know, volunteering at nonprofits, most nonprofits have short staff, short budget, and they need volunteers. And I found, you know, when I volunteer somewhere, then I get to know the people.
Create another network.
I care about them now. That means I care about their work. And if their work is to make a community better, that helps me care about our community. For sure. And so volunteering gives us opportunities to progressively grow as leaders. Because if we keep showing up for United Way or for Clove Alliance or any of the 100 good organizations out there, then people say, hey, you've really been engaged. Could you help us with our annual meeting? Could you help us with some, 5K walk? Yeah, sure. I can coordinate that for you. Now I'm leading a team of volunteers and I'm doing something that's good for the organization. So I think volunteering is so big because I care so much about those organizations in my community. The more that I give an hour, 2, 3 here and go, man, those are some great people. They're doing such important work and they just have this tiny budget and 2 or 3 people in their office and they're just trying to change the world. And so that really helps me to develop as a leader and to help other people develop as a leader. So you want to be a better leader, serve somebody.
No, I completely agree.
Yeah.
To me, I think there's a huge misconception on what a leader has to be. I think a lot of people think a leader is somebody who has to be in control or somebody who has to be...
I'm the boss.
Yeah, the alpha over a group.
Yeah.
And that isn't always necessarily a leader. A leader is somebody who figures out what's needed and gets it done.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, right.
If you're a good enough leader, you may become the leader of men. Right? But just because you aren't the leader of men does not make you a leader. Right? So we can follow our path, take lead on the things that need to be done.
Right. Well, I often say on our podcast, leadership is influence. You wouldn't believe how many times people come on our podcast who I think are really good community leaders, and they'll go, I didn't used to think of myself as didn't think of myself as a leader, and that my answer is usually, well, leadership is influence, right?
It is.
It isn't. I'm necessarily pounding on the lectern, or I'm pointing my finger, or I'm waving my arms.
Or telling you what to do.
Yeah, or gonna go, no, you have to go over there. That's a boss.
Right.
That's different than a leader. And so it's like you read my mind. You read my mind, if I could say that. Nice cold water.
Good man. Appreciate you, sir.
Yeah, thank you. So good leadership, it includes serving other people.
Serving is leadership.
Yeah.
It really is.
I mean, for years, Robert Greenleaf was an early writer about the topic of servant leadership. And that doesn't mean, I'm the leader and I let my organization run all over me. But it does mean if there's something I can do to help you do your job, if I can remove an obstacle, then I want to do that for you.
Right.
That's what teamwork is, though.
Yeah. Early on, in my first director's job, I remember somebody told me this. I wish I could say I thought of it, but somebody suggested this. And so I started doing monthly sit-downs, one-on-one with my staff, and I just asked them simple questions. I said, what's going well? What's not going well? And how can I help you?
Yeah. See, that freaks most people out. Yeah.
We're like, that's it? Yeah.
Simple as that.
Yeah.
Because you're only as strong as the people who, especially in a boss role, when you're the leader of men. So I use my niece and nephews a lot for a lot of my situations. So to me, I'll never get to know them if I don't come down to their level. I'm only going to get who they show me. So a lot of times it can be something as simple as, hey, what you want for dinner? How you want it? Huh? I ask you what you want for dinner, how you want it. Well, you probably don't know how to. I know how to
like
do way
your burger,
more.
How do you like your food?
Well, I'm not used to people asking. Well, you should be. You're a human.
Yeah.
You should be able
it's
to
okay
know what
for
you
you to
like.
like what you like.
That's how it be though at most jobs though. Like whenever you at a job and a lot of times you voice your opinion and it don't get heard, you stop saying stuff.
Well, if I don't think it's going to matter, right?
What
I'm going to waste my oxygen.
You get somebody coming in talking about what's going on, how can I fix it? You look at them crazy.
How can I fix that? What would that look like?
Right.
What tools would you need to be able to do that? And you're like, are you serious? I'm like, well, yeah.
Fix what?
If there's a better way to do that, it makes your job easier and we're all more effective because you're firing on all pistons. Why would I not do that?
Yep.
It only makes sense. It only makes sense. I got a game for us.
Let's get it, my boy.
Random questions and scenarios. All right? None of them are too bad, I promise.
That's okay.
None of them are too bad.
If they were, I'd just go pass.
There you go. His favorite word is next question. That's his favorite
Next question.
All right. You're in perfect shape and health. What sport would you compete in if you were in the Olympics?
Perfect shape.
Y'all gonna laugh at me.
Probably the decathlon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because if I'm in perfect shape,
Right.
I can do it all, right?
It's true.
It's like
But it's also
greatest
part of
athlete.
what you passionate
Greatest
about.
athlete. I've been that before.
I mean, to me, that's why the Olympics was created, was to say
If I can do
for
all
the
that,
triathletes, and then it was like, well, let's add to others.
Let's see what all y'all.
Yeah.
So I guess the decathlon. Be like, man, if I have perfect shape, perfect fitness, I just do it all. Okay. Greatest athlete in the world, right? That's what they say. Whoever wins the decathlon.
Yeah.
You want me to go?
Which one you doing, bro?
Ping pong. I love ping pong.
I love Forrest Gump, and he loves ping pong. He loves ping pong.
It all started. I used to work in a warehouse.
Before, bro.
I used to work in a warehouse.
Yeah,
and that's all we used to do was play ping pong on our breaks and lunches. Yeah. And I just learned really fast. Yeah. And I learned
to wicket serve.
I stole somebody's serve and perfected it. And so I have a great change up with my serve.
If anybody got a ping pong table out here,
it's at the bar. We can go play. It's free.
Which one?
On Broadway. On Broadway, it's
East-West Street.
The one closest to KFC on KFC side.
Say less. We gonna go. Yeah. Cause I ain't never seen you play.
Bro, ping pong.
I'm good.
I love playing ping pong.
I have probably played.
Let's get it.
I have probably played well over 100 people.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say in the last
you whoop up on most of them. Yeah.
It's only one person I can't beat. Your cousin Evan is the only person who give me comp because he know how to play me. We've been playing against each other so long. He know what my weakness is.
He's sitting behind the shield.
My weakness is that backhand with my left hand. I'm left-handed, so my weakness is backhand. So if you keep sending me right, and then you make me go left,
open it up.
I can do it, but I'm just saying that's my weakness. That's where I'm going.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna make a mistake,
get two like Forrest.
No, I'm not that good. I wish.
Oh man.
I'm being serious. Yeah.
Okay.
I
respect
one guy
that.
I can't beat. Shout out to Jeff. I just can't.
Shout out.
Not yet, anyway.
Nah.
Not yet.
I'm gonna have to challenge him soon.
So you can win that song.
Throw it down.
Oh, against you?
Oh yeah.
I'm not competitive like that, except in ping pong.
Oh yeah, well, yeah. Because
I'm
You guys ever played ping pong?
No.
Okay. I think I'm gonna be there when that happens.
Might be tonight.
You
gotta work tomorrow?
Ooh, I do.
No, but I'm good though. I'll go play for sure. Yeah.
Okay.
What about you, bro?
Ping pong.
Bro, it'd probably either be
Don't copy us.
No. Perfect health, bro.
You got it all, man.
I'm basically telling you there's no excuses.
Probably boxing for sure.
You know your golden glove.
Used to be.
I'm sorry, I don't know how to say it.
Used to be.
Shout out to used to be golden
Tactical,
gloves.
strategic.
Football.
Yeah.
Bowling.
Football is not in
that bowling.
Bowling is, yeah.
American football not in the Olympics, is it?
I don't think so. Not yet.
It's not big enough for a
Is
while.
bowling in there?
Bowling is.
I'll probably go for bowling.
I believe so.
He can bowl. I'll give you.
I'll probably go for bowling.
You can
right
roll
now.
it, huh? I could be an Olympian right now.
Olympics right now. Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
All right.
Probably though.
Yeah.
I love ping pong so much. Usually when I go to other places and rent an Airbnb, first thing I do is look for one with a ping pong table.
Where's the ping pong table?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Can't nobody play. Let's put this on the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, we got to check you out.
I played a lot as a kid, but I just don't have.
I don't know what got me into. I never played as a kid. Nah.
We had a board in my basement, a table in our basement, and I had 3 older brothers, so
that's right.
Yep.
With the ping pong paddles at each other.
Right. Yeah, it didn't always go well.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
What else you got?
If you can hang out with any cartoon character, who would you choose and why? I didn't even think of none of these, so I don't know what my answer is to
You don't have an answer for yourself
yet.
That's okay. That's okay. I can pull something out. Elmer Fudd.
Elmer Fudd, huh?
I think he's hilarious, and he doesn't even know it.
Yeah.
I think that's part of his. That's part of why I love him. He's just hilarious, and he's just being who he is, and he didn't know he's a knucklehead, and then he's hilarious.
And he always get outsmarted by
I'm hunting
game always off. He don't shoot nothing.
No, he never hurt anybody.
He tries.
He says he's hunting for wabbit, but he never shoots him. He never hurts anybody.
Always tricks him.
So
Talking to the wabbit.
Shoot himself in the face.
Oh, I hate that wabbit. But he never hurt anybody.
Never hurt nobody.
So Elmer Fudd.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
I'm gonna kick it with Mojo Jojo, man.
That's a good one.
Cause I'm gonna try to get him out of this situation, bro. Why do you keep getting me up?
Mojo Jojo's from the Powder Puff Girls. You know the Powder Puff Girls?
Yeah.
That's actually their brother.
Oh.
And they
They
beat
just
him
be
up
beating him up.
every show. So
He's getting thumped.
bro, we gotta figure it. We gotta
help that boy out.
We gotta leave.
Unlike Elmer Fudd, he's getting hurt.
Yeah,
People getting hurt.
himself.
Yeah, he's getting hurt.
There have been episodes where he ain't even doing nothing. He'll just be going to the bank.
Getting bounced.
The girl see him.
They beating up on him.
Yeah.
On their own
Not okay.
sisters, man.
Not okay.
Crazy.
I didn't have any sisters. I just had brothers.
So
Never really minded.
Be a blessing.
Yeah, never really. They can be. Yeah.
Sisters can be
I don't know because I never had one.
I've had both.
Yeah.
It can be a blessing or a curse. Either way.
Yeah.
Let me tell you.
I had no sisters until my brothers got married, and then three beautiful, wonderful ladies became my sisters.
Shout out to the became my sisters.
So, and then I had of our three kids, I have one son and two daughters. So, man, was that an education raising three kids? You know,
I'm sure.
my daughter, dad. So sometimes my daughters are in their 20s now, and I when they were 14, 15, I'd say to my wife, Is this normal? Or should we be calling the psychiatric unit at the hospital? Because they'd just be flipping out, and and I'd just be like, I've never seen anything like this in my life. She's like, it's normal teenage girl stuff.
Teenage girl stuff.
So you just didn't grow up.
Okay, alrighty, I'm gonna take your word for it. I don't know.
So I already know.
Yeah, I had two little sisters. I have an older brother, two little sisters, and a younger brother. So I got a mix.
A little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Shout out to the siblings, man.
Yeah, man. I love them all. Regardless of everything else, I do love them all. Let's see. I got an answer, don't I?
Yeah.
Old school, I'm probably going Yo Sam, Sam.
Yo Sam, he gonna get shot.
He never hit nobody.
Yes, he do.
No, except for Daffy Duck. He don't never hit nobody. He always shoot Daffy Duck beat. But other than that, he just be shooting.
And then his beat just grows back.
Yeah.
Go right back.
Or he twisted back.
Yeah.
But look, it's the episode that I will be on is the one where he got that letter that said if he didn't cuss or attack Bugs Bunny, that he was going to give him $1 million. And he kept going to that closet. Fricka, fracka, fricka, fricka, frack. Oh my God. I would be in tears, I would be in tears. Because he was hot, angry the whole episode.
Yeah, he just was fighting it off.
New school. I have to be a kid because it don't make sense for me to be around these people as an adult.
Yeah, all I can do is think when my kids were little, what were they watching? Yeah. I'm like, I don't know. I hardly remember.
I probably, my childhood, I go back to be a kid in the cartoon. Mm-hmm. It'll probably be Hey Arnold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I remember my kids watching.
What was his name? It wasn't Walter. Maybe it was. Remember? Harold. Not Harold. Harold's the black kid in there. Mm-hmm. Walter was the older guy who rented that room, him and Susie. Okay. He'd always yell, Susie, make me a sandwich. That's all he ever really said. I'll never forget.
Don't forget your lines. That's all you're ever going to say. Make me a sandwich.
And one episode, she was like, Harold, Walter, whatever his name is, I can't remember it now. Walter, you're wearing me out. I'm leaving you. He was like, well, Susie, before you go, can you make me a sandwich?
You knew he was going to say that. Yeah, I had to say that.
But before you go. Yeah, so I could do that. All right. Would you take a job that pays $2,000 a week? You must sit in a dark room, all alone, in total silence, and remove unknown items from a box and place them on a conveyor belt.
Hell yeah.
Oh, absolutely not.
$2,000 a week?
In the dark, you don't know what you're touching. You don't know what's going on in the box.
Oh, yeah.
You can't see. Total silence.
For 8 straight hours.
No way.
Overtime me up, too.
No
way. No way.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
No way.
Now ass and guts and
You don't even
butts
care.
and bananas.
$2,000 a week.
Double
cigarette
no.
wrappers
Double
and
no.
Snicker packages and
No way.
cellulite, BBW juice, all that. Pull it
Tofu,
out.
tofu with BBL.
Tofu with BBL, bro. Pull
No
it
way.
out. Yeah, I'm taking all that.
I don't know. So you say yes.
Oh,
You say
yeah.
no.
No
I say
way.
I don't know.
No way.
I need more time.
2,000 a week?
Man, I don't know, bro.
Tax free?
I might be grabbing handfuls of cocaine raw.
Put
And
it
I
up
know it.
there.
And I'm just high all the time.
Put it up there.
You can't do it neither. I don't think I can do it. I don't think I can do it.
No.
All right. What do you do if you are in a bank and two people enter and start a holdup?
I'm out of there. I'm gone, bro.
At the teller.
I'm gone, dog.
They walk up behind
I'm
you.
gone, dog. I'm not even.
You just walking out.
Take me out, or
Just shoot
I'm
me up.
gone. I'm not gonna sit here and wait with y'all. No, dog. I'm out of here.
I'm one of those it depends guys. You
Okay,
know?
so what does it depend on?
It depends on where I am when they come in. It depends on if they see me. It depends on who those two people are.
You want me to set your scenario for you?
Sure.
You're at the teller line. They walk up behind you and rob the bank. So while you doing your transaction, you're in their sights. You're not by the door. You're right by them.
They gotta walk past
They got
them to
guns.
get to the person, right?
No, listen.
So if
They
they
on the
behind
outside
you-
of the teller.
Right.
They
behind
him.
him.
So
Behind him with their guns up.
So they gotta walk
And
past
they-
him
and
to
I
be
know
like,
it.
give me the money, right?
No.
So they gonna stand in place?
They right over his shoulder.
Oh boy.
With the, they
Well,
yelling
I'm
out.
walking. They just got to shoot me, bro.
Yeah.
Because I'm out of there.
Why do I feel like that's the same answer?
I'm
your
probably
mama gave?
I'm probably
Yeah.
just if I'm between them.
You're between them. You are the focal point of getting to them.
Well, that's
Yeah,
a
They're literally using you like a
That's-
hostage.
that's
Pick
They have
somebody
the money.
else. Or shoot
that's
me.
a different scenario.
Yeah, pick somebody else to shoot me, bro. We ain't even do this. Nah.
I'll probably not move. I'd put my hands up and I'd start talking to them, and I'd try to be in this gentle, not inflame the situation. Going, dude, I know what's going on in your life that you need this money, but it ain't worth it.
Don't shoot me.
Don't shoot me. I got a family. You probably got a family. You got people that love you. They don't want you to. They don't want you to do this. There's better ways. And by then he's probably saying, "Shut the f up," and I'd be like, "Okay."
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm
yeah.
gonna skip all that.
But if they're behind me,
That's what I.
Yeah.
and I turn to run, they're gonna pop me anyway.
Yeah, they're
So I
probably gonna
think-
at least
I
hit
think
you with
I'm-
the pistol at work.
I'm probably
Anyway,
dead
pistol or
unless
whatever,
I
right?
can the outside shot. I can
You the closest
Talk
person
some
to
sen-
them, right?
yeah, right,
You
right.
probably dead anyway.
yeah. But if
I'm outta here, bro.
yeah.
That's because you the feds.
I'm out of here, dog.
Yeah. I just think in that
Mackenzie
scenario,
says, "My
I
gosh."
couldn't get away,
Yeah.
so I might as well give it my best shot of. Well, that's a bad illustration. Give it my best effort to just kind of go.
No.
It's like, can I move out of your? Can I move to the side where I'm not in the sights of your gun? So
Can I at least lay down?
Can I go down to my knees? Or I'm not going to look at you, so I can't ID you. But can I just take a knee or go over there and
Let me
please
rub
don't
this
hurt
black
anybody.
out, bro.
Please, yeah. So that's a long answer to that. I'd start talking. I'd probably get shot for talking.
I'm probably going to use the bathroom. You put this gun out right
I
over
was
my
gonna say
shoulder.
the before or after
Yeah, y'all gonna have to.
after
walk
I
me.
make it
Which
rain.
one of y'all finna walk me to the bathroom?
Make it rain. It won't matter at that point. I'm like, I need some
Right,
short. I
here
need
go
some
my
new
phone and my
shorts.
wallet. I gotta pee.
Yeah, it'd probably be too late if that really happens.
That's tough.
Yeah.
All right.
Shout out to Mackenzie. Chloe, she say my guy.
Shout
Mackenzie,
out.
Chloe.
Oh,
Shout out.
oh
Yeah,
Mackenzie.
yeah, for
I
sure.
love that. I love her.
Yeah,
I've known her for years.
Cool.
If you are watching, we
She's
want you
the
to
best.
answer this one too. You
She's
ready?
the best.
I haven't met her in person. She just added
She's
me on the
awesome,
book.
man.
Yeah,
Well, we running
you
it
skipped
back.
the show. You
She's
skipped
awesome.
the
I was
Chloe,
in
bro.
Pennsylvania. I
You
couldn't.
was in Pittsburgh. I mean, you was in Philly. My fault.
Keep saying Philly. It's Pennsylvania.
Yeah. Just say
All right.
Philly.
The state of Philly. That's what I kept saying. You are offered $50,000 to go without bathing, brushing your teeth, or using any cosmetic or cleaning products for 6 months.
Oh,
50,000?
$50,000 for 6 months.
Can I stay in the house the whole time?
You cannot tell people why you are doing this. It's part of the regulations.
Yeah, I'm staying in the crib the whole time.
You're like, where's my remote?
I mean, you can't blame them. Yeah. So bathing don't have
That's
to
a lot.
require soap, so there's no cleaning of your body. Ooh, dude, you know how you gonna smell 3 months in?
That's gonna be a fun.
You got to replace the whole furniture you talking about sitting on.
Yeah. I mean, you're gonna have 50,000.
Go have 50,000.
You gonna have 50,000.
You heard it?
You gotta fumigate that whole crib.
Man, I don't know.
6 months.
I don't know. That kind of goes back to the 2000 to sit in a dark room. It's like I can't do that one. I probably can't do this one because I need people.
Yeah,
but you can be around people. You just gonna be.
Well, no. Who's gonna be,
bruh?
Who's gonna be around me if I don't brush my teeth?
In the key of funky.
Yeah. It'll be like we're back to COVID and social distancing.
Be COVID all over again.
Oh man, I don't know. I don't think I could do it. I know it's a lot of money, but I don't think I could do it.
Man,
is that all the money questions?
Shit, we have 100,000 between us.
You be stanky, I'll be stanky, and we'll have $100,000.
Ain't no more shows in this hot room.
No, ain't gonna be stanky anyway. Probably the time we're not. It's gonna feel like it's gonna feel 55 degrees. When we walk out of there.
Like, bro,
a month ago.
I don't think I could do it.
I don't know if I could do. I don't know. I'm gonna say yes, but I don't know if I could take the funk. I'm gonna try. If that makes sense, I'm gonna try.
I know I'm gonna be bold, but after about a couple days, but
as I'm reading it, I didn't answer first. I was trying to find a way around it, but bathing is water. The motion to pour water on you.
That's it. You can't, bro. Yeah, can't brush your teeth.
You can't even go swimming. Get in a lake and get in a pool.
Because no ladies.
Yeah, no way. Absolutely, forget it.
Because if she would, I don't like her anyway.
If she would, you gonna sit here be musty with me?
You gonna let me get this?
You guys are going to a place I don't want to be, man.
Right, go down.
I'm gonna try. I couldn't do the dark room because I don't know what I'm touching.
No.
But I could do this. I'm gonna try. I ain't saying yes, but I'm gonna try.
1,000 a week, I'm gonna be at that 50,000.
He's counting it out right now. Like, I got that.
Yeah.
We're gonna do one more.
Okay.
Let's see what I got. Okay, this is one for him. He'll like this. What would your name? If you were a professional wrestler in the WWE, what would your name be, and what would your finishing move be called? He'll like this one.
That's a good question.
Professional wrestler. What would my name be?
I'd probably still be Broke Dusty.
Broke Dusty?
I keep Broke Dusty for sure.
That fits you, man.
He
found a nickname that fit him.
Yeah.
Even though it ain't got nothing to do with who he is.
I think it might be the Assassin.
The Assassin? Okay.
Assassin.
Yeah.
So what would your finishing move be? Yep.
Oh!
You shoot folks on the show.
You
might as well be funky for 50,000.
Because you're going to jail. I wouldn't really do it. I would just be my move. I'd do the headlock and crush him to the floor. Then I just kind of go. Or
that's how they know you won.
There you go. Okay.
That's maybe a little.
You watched a little wrestling in your day.
Yeah, that's old school.
You see that?
Oh man, absolutely.
Yeah, he was ready. I thought he was really shooting folks. I'm like, wait a minute.
No, I'm gonna take back the. I'm just gonna go blow the smoke and put it away. That's more cowboy,
Right.
That's a more cowboy than just cold-blooded killer.
And your last match.
Thank you for coming. Have a good day.
Yeah. Rookie of the year, you're gone.
Right? Match of the year for sure. Officers, come on.
Yeah, I just meant this. Not the real thing.
Watch out, ref.
That diamond.
Don't put any hate in the comments.
DDP, boy.
That DDP.
Yeah, that was a cold move.
Yeah, he's that diamond cutter for sure. The stunner diamond cutter, something like that. I ain't hopping up no top ropes, all that goofy stuff. You might miss.
Right.
Yeah.
It'll probably still be Hollywood.
Yeah.
It'll probably still be Hollywood. What my finishing move be? Would be called? Mm-hmm. I had to think on it. I don't know.
Let you marinate a minute.
Taking a shot on it.
Take a shower. DDP did have a cold move.
He did. He did. Not a lot of people got up from that.
My move would probably be
Cause you had some size on you. So
I do.
You could drop somebody.
It'd probably be something like a jackknife powerbomb. But I want mine to be more like a spinning, moving jackknife. So I ain't just picking you
I
up.
was thinking like this.
Like as I pick you up, I'm moving.
You're rotating. I was thinking like the screwdriver or the jackknife or something like that.
It's gonna be easy to counter then. You doing all this spinning.
Jackknife powerbomb wasn't easy to.
Bro, but you spinning and dipping and flipping?
What was your finishing move to DDP?
I need to go to the
Oh,
chiropractor.
that's it.
That's the stunner. Might as well do the stunner.
That's
That's
with the
your
stunner,
move.
you gotta kick him first.
No, he ain't have to kick. That's true.
See, with the diamond cutter, you just fall and flow.
Okay.
You talking about jumping and spinning ballet?
You're an efficient mover.
Yeah, man.
Just be
Quick,
the jackknife
fast,
powerbomb. That
bro.
make you happy? Just the
Just
jackknife
the regular.
powerbomb.
Just the
Done.
regular, bro.
Not just the powerbomb though.
You ain't gotta
It's
spin.
jackknife.
Cause soon as you do it, you do your little spin. Somebody gonna come from behind.
They always do.
Yeah, the sweet chin
Tag his
music.
teammate
Yep.
and he's
Yep.
crazy.
If
See,
I can hit this big leg up there, Sweet Cheer to be it for sure.
I'm saying.
To me, the Sweet Cheer music is the most efficient.
Climbing
Boom.
up on the turnstile.
If you can get your leg up there, Sweet Chin. You remember, that's Shawn Michaels.
Okay.
So what he did was a standing leg kick to your chin. It's called Sweet Chin music.
But you
Lights
seen
out.
it coming,
Lights out.
bro.
Lights
Yeah.
out.
You heard it coming.
But it's because he always slap. But it's so
He's
efficient.
stomping the floor like 8 times.
The Rock, as much as I love him, had the most drawn out finishing move.
With
So,
the people's
come on,
elbow.
man.
People's elbow.
Hey,
Yeah.
that's
That was
fine.
a
That's
lot.
fine, Buster though.
That slime buster was real.
Knocked him out.
Yeah.
He got to stand over him, throw his elbow pad. You got a 10 seconds or nothing.
Hulk Hogan had the weakest finishing move of all time.
Hulk Hogan was a big dude though.
The leg drop.
He was a big dude though.
He had to put
he's-
more of his butt in your face to make it that hard.
Yeah.
He won.
He won.
Yeah.
What was Macho Man's? I forgot.
Tie rope, elbow drop.
Yeah, flying elbow. You're right.
Yeah, come
That's
on,
right.
man. Come on, man.
Oh yeah.
For sure.
What you fellas got coming up? Anything special coming up?
Yeah, still doing some stops on the book tour.
Okay.
Kind of circle back to that. Was just in Elkhart, Indiana yesterday afternoon for an event there. Tomorrow I'm heading.
Home capital of USA.
Just head down tomorrow afternoon to St. Charles, Missouri, which is in the St. Louis area. I'll be at a place called Frontier Perk Cafe.
Nice.
And it's one of the places that are among the 60 plus that I visited. That was one of my favorites. So they're featured in the book along with, I guess, 5 or 6 other places. And so I'm going back to the shops and cafes that are featured in the book and doing a follow-up event because I visited there, 2
Do
plus
they
years
know
ago.
they're in the book?
Yeah. All the ones that are featured, I've long ago reached out to them and said, hey, I met you back at your shop. I'm doing this thing. You're in the book. I'd love to come back and do an event, so I can shine a light on you and share the book with your fans and customers. So it's pretty chill. I show up for 2 or 3 hours and sign some books and take some pictures and get to reconnect with the owners that I originally met when I was there before because their stories were so beautiful and interesting and amazing that I put them in the book. Yeah, so I got St. Charles, Missouri this weekend. Let's see, next weekend I'll be south of Indy in Franklin, Indiana, a place called Coffee House 5. And then wrap up. Well, no, it's not wrap up. Actually, it'll be a Tuesday night, second week of August. The dates escape me. I'm doing a author event here in Bourbonnais.
Let us know.
Let us know.
Yeah. I'll hit that to you. So that'll be a reading, meet and greet, fun thing, and then we'll wrap it up 2 weeks from Saturday with a couple events in Fort Wayne, Indiana. So I'm kind of keeping my suitcase open, just throwing in clean stuff and gone again. But it's fun.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. So that's what I got going on.
Very nice.
Good stuff, man. I'll be DJing in a couple of these places. I'll be at a Looney Bin tomorrow. Okay, I think.
Most likely.
I love that name. It cracks me up,
And Saturday I'll be at Trax Bar Sunday we having a block party for Dr. Walters for a political
Oh, I
run.
love her.
Yeah,
Okay.
So we'll be,
I had her on my podcast early on.
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah.
She's on our show too.
Early old.
Well, I
for
love
sure.
Dr. Walters. Yeah,
so we
man.
had some for a Sunday.
She's
awesome.
great.
Yeah.
That's cool. You're gonna.
Yeah.
I knew she'd finished up, but I didn't. I know that'll be a fun
it's about that
celebration.
time. Yeah, it's
Very
gonna
cool.
They're having a block party right off Dearborn. Like
I
right
love that. I
right
love that.
downtown. So
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, man, we're gonna be down there chilling.
that'd be fun.
Couple events, couple birthdays, couple weddings, you know, little stuff here and
Busy.
there.
It's your
Spinning the
season.
tunes.
Spinning them tunes,
Spinning
man.
the tunes.
Yeah, the show. We got a couple shows coming up with some more great guests. And that's it. My boy working.
We are booked out.
We booked out, my boy.
This is a blast.
We had to slide people on top of people to get them now.
So keep coming. We
Appreciate you coming.
Yeah,
definitely.
thanks for
So,
working me
for
in,
sure.
man. This has
Yeah.
been a blast.
And again, can you tell people where to find you on social media?
Yeah, my website for the business is www.convergegroup.io. And if you want to send anything direct, you can send that to me, Jeff, Jeff, at convergegroup.io. And I am on LinkedIn and also on Facebook. So you can follow along, all the events that we're doing. I'm posting those on Facebook and LinkedIn.
Nice.
And so you can find me there and stay tracking on what I'm doing and places I'm going. So love to see you. Love to connect with you.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you coming. You gave us a great show.
What you got coming on?
Me, nothing.
Cut the show.
I got nothing, man.
Help me.
That's the word right there, man.
Yeah.
We're done.
That's how we end all the shows, is cut the show.
Cut the show, man. That's funny.
Every time. I think is that how we came up with it? You did it at the first show, and I was like, "Yeah, we gonna do that every time."
It's like that's
it.
Yeah, that's gonna become the sign off tagline.
It is for every show. I don't think it's been one show. Maybe one was like we didn't do it. Maybe
But
one
after
was
time or two,
ours.
you're like, okay, that's our line, man.
Oh, for sure.
Okay.
That's our line for sure.
Well, here's the. Here's what you see.